spread over a lush green campus of about 8 acres in the middle of Kolkata's busy residential and commercial district of Park Street. The South Park Street Cemetery is one of the oldest lawn church cemeteries in the world and the oldest surviving lawn church English cemetery in Kolkata. Also known as a great Christian burial ground in Asia, the cemetery was opened in the year 1767. In response to the burgeoning Christian population of Calcutta in the 1760s and 70s, this municipal cemetery was opened for public use. However, soon after, it was closed and abandoned, and a new cemetery came up towards the north of the site. Enclosed by a high brick wall, the cemetery complex houses a total of around 1,600 tombs with a range of epitaphs, cenotaphs, and tablets, surrounded by tall, shady trees and plants of different varieties. The tombs, raised on a brick plinth, are mostly of a square, rectangular, or circular structure capped by a domical roof and flanked by Ionian or Corinthian columns that support an entablature contained with the pediment. These are mostly built in bricks with a lime cirque mortar and varnished in ornamental stucco. Other types of monuments in the complex include obelisks, cairns, carved stone urns resting on fluted columns, and sarcophagi. The monuments display mixtures of Gothic, Neoclassical, and Indo-Saracenic architectural styles. The oldest monument in the complex is a cemetery that bears an inscription, reads, "In memory of Mrs. Sarah Pearson, obit 8th of September, 1768, Act 19. The cemetery served as a burial ground for men and women from different strata of the society, ranging from administrators and public servants to office clerks, bankers, loaders and unloaders of ships, common merchants, and many others. Among the notable structures, mention must be made of the tomb of Rose Whitworth Aylmer, daughter of Baron Henry Aylmer IV. This has a unique composition, with a tall rounded column fluted obliquely all over the surface and rising from the center of lotus petals. One of the tallest monuments in the complex is the grave of Sir William Jones, a renowned Indologist and the founder of the Asiatic Society of Bengal. Placed on a high square platform, the tomb is in the form of a long column with oblong-footed urn in high relief on each of its sides at the base. The architrave is recessed at the top and decorated below with beaded patterns. The tomb was restored by the Asiatic Society, Kolkata. Another unique and interesting monument is the tomb of Major General Charles Stewart, popularly known as Hindu Stewart. Modeled in the form of an Odishan temple, the tomb features a dale with shikara. The frontal facade carries a trifoil arch in basalt, inscribed with relief figures pertaining to Hindu iconography. The cemetery also houses the tomb of Sir Henry Louis Vivian de Rosio, famous 19th century educationist and social reformer, and John Hutchison Ferguson, youngest son of Sir William Ferguson. The tomb of de Rosio was restored and maintained by All India Anglo-Indian Association, Calcutta branch. Besides, several French and Armenian graves are also present at the cemetery complex. Although conservation projects have been taken up here since 2006-7, the site faces threats from a number of natural and anthropogenic factors. Biodegradation and fungal growth is one of them. The growth of wild vegetation and large trees adjacent to the tombs cause dampness and the penetration of the roots into the structures, thereby weakening the foundations of the structures. The Christian Burial Board has been dealing with this problem for a decade now. Disaggregation can be observed on the walls and ceilings of several tombs. Delamination can also be observed, caused by the long exposure to rainwater and salination of the brick contents. Besides, cracks and fissures have developed in several structures. During monsoons, a lot of the area inside the cemetery complex becomes inaccessible due to waterlogging. Several structures get covered with thick layers of moss, and the surrounding grasses can grow really high. During these months, conservational work comes to a halt. Several structures face the threat of vandalism in the form of graffiti. A lot of garbage and plastic waste can also be observed in several places. Thus, Continuous monitoring and maintenance is a major requirement at the site. At present, the site is under the protection of the Christian Burial Board and is recognized as a Grade 1 heritage site by the Kolkata Municipal Corporation. However, the site is not centrally protected, and the authorities in charge lack adequate funds for its proper maintenance and conservation. A repository of rich history and unique architectural specimens, the South Park Street Cemetery requires informed intervention from conservators, archaeologists, engineers, heritage managers, and others who can pool funds and institute sustainable development projects at the site.